Hi, are you a first-time home buyer that might be a little short on cash? If that's you, we have a great program we want to tell you about. I'm Jama Porter with Denovo Realty, and
I'm Johnny Walsh with the Loan Depot.
we have this program that our governor has created about 3 years ago. This is our third year,
I
right?
believe third year.
The Hometown Heroes program. We want to tell you all about it and answer any questions that you might have. So, questions, if you watch this video, post them below. We will make sure that we answer them for you. But, Johnny, how and why did this program get started? What is this program for?
So we originally started to help first responders during COVID to obtain a first-time home. And then he took the occupation requirements out of it. Now, as any first-time home buyer is eligible.
Awesome. Okay, so what constitutes a first-time home buyer?
As long as you have not had a home in your name in the past 3 years. You could have owned a home 4 years ago and have been renting for 3 years, and now you can buy a home under the program.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, and why is this program necessary?
Because people are trying to buy their first home and it's expensive, and this gives them down payment and closing cost assistance.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're first, you got out of college or whatever, you have a job, you have the income now to buy your first home, but yet you didn't have enough time to save the money up that you need for that down payment. So great idea. Love this program. This is our third year in this program. So tell us a little bit about the details of the program. Like how much is it? Like what can you get? Like how much money can you get?
So you can get, the minimum's $10,000, the maximum is $35,000, and it's based on 5% of your amount financed.
Okay, cool. And then are there qualifiers? So we know that she just explained the first time home buyers. This is also for veterans. And in veterans, it doesn't have to be first time. It's for any veteran, right?
Any veteran.
So, but it has to be your primary home. So can you tell us the qualifiers of this program? Like what are the qualifiers?
So you have to work full time for a Florida-based company, and also self-employed works because you're a Florida-based company.
But not veterans.
Veterans do not have to be employed because they've served our country and they can be retired.
Right. Okay, and then what about, besides being employed by a Florida-based company, what are some of the other qualifiers?
You have to have a 640 credit score.
Okay.
The income limit is $141,900.
Okay, so is that just for the one person, or if it's for like a married couple, or
that's combined your income? Whoever's going to live in the home is.
So if we make $150,000 as a joint combined income, that we can't do this program.
Correct.
But there's a whole lot of people that aren't making that, so that's great. Still, a lot of people qualify for this. Okay, and then we talked about not owning a home in the last 3 years. We went over. Did you go over full-time employment?
Yes, but you have to be employed by a Florida company full-time. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 40 hours. Your employer may say 32 hours a week is full-time. And we just have to have a letter from them stating that your 32 hours a week is considered full-time at that employer.
And then can I buy $1 million house with this?
No.
What's the max?
The max is for FHA, $498,257.
Okay, which is a really good house.
Yes.
So that's awesome. All right. So if we were going to do this, does it take any extra time to close a loan like this? No. Okay, awesome. And then can every lender do this? Like any lender?
No, the lending company has to be certified with the state, and then also the particular loan officer that's going to assist you has to be certified with the state.
And of course, this probably goes without saying, but you're qualified, right?
Absolutely.
She's qualified. Anyway, okay. And then out of curiosity, so we've got this, let's just say we max it out at $35,000. What's the interest rate?
0%. So the second.
Hold up, 0%?
Yes.
Like I can take somebody else's money, $35,000, and use it to buy a house and have 0% interest?
Correct.
So is this a grant or is this a loan?
It's a loan. So it sits as a second mortgage for the entire time that you own the home. So if you own that same home for 30 years, at the end of that 30 years, you'll pay off that second mortgage. If you decide to not have this be your primary home and you keep this as a rental and you buy another home, then you would have to pay it off.
Because it's no longer your primary home.
It's no longer your primary home. It has to be your primary residence. So as long as you're in the home.
Except if a veteran. So how would that be? If the veteran has to live in the home?
Yes.
It still has to be primary. Got it. So
residence.
You're a vet, you still follow the primary home rule. Okay. And then, but at the end, like, let's just say you live in the house for 30 years, which very few people do that. But if you did, and now you have to pay that $35,000, it didn't accumulate any interest, right? 0%. It's literally 0%. That's fantastic. So awesome. Okay, and then let's see. Do I have any other questions? I think, and we talked about the interest rate is
The
competitive.
interest rate for FHA VA right now is 6.75%.
So you would have to get a loan. You can't like add this to another loan. You would. It's a.
No,
It's a
I do
first
both
and
of
a
them.
second, right? So yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right, well, this is the program. Again, if you're a veteran, you do not need to be a first-time home buyer. It just has to be your primary home, and we are super excited about it. Now, I do know there is one thing about it. It just got replenished. July 1st is when the bank account fills up. And then everybody who's been sitting out there waiting for it because it runs out of money. This is our third year doing it.
Yes.
We had 100 million last year. We went. When did we run out last year? I forget.
I think it was 2 months.
It was like 2 months, 2 or 3 months. I think they added another 30 million mid-year,
Yeah.
and that was gone in seconds. So if this is something that you might be interested in taking advantage of, you want to connect with us immediately because July 1st is really like Monday.
Yes.
So it will go quick. So if you've been sitting on the fence, you're kind of wondering, you have questions, reach out to us. We would love to answer them for you, see if you're a perfect fit for this, and get you your first home. Thanks.
Thank you.